Aries, hot and provocative. Aries is one of the sexually active signs. Because its natural ruler, Mars, is responsible for desires, tension, and sexuality, Aries is also active, enthusiastic, and courageous about sexuality. Arians do not hide their desires or feel ashamed of them because they know these are natural desires, so they defend them. They dislike cowardice. Scorpio rules the 8th house of Aries, and Scorpio in turn is ruled by Mars and Pluto, planets related to sexuality. Arians need an excellent sex life, because if they are not sexually satisfied, they may break up with their lovers, even when deeply in love. Sex is really that important to them, so their partners should completely satisfy their sexual needs. They are dynamic, lively, and charming, and courageous, provocative, and inviting people really stimulate them. Sexy lingerie, especially in red, really excites the men. The Aryan women like sudden, crazy sex. They like sex games, fantasies, creativity, and a little bit of delusion during sex. The head is an erogenous zone for Aryans. They are attracted to signs where Venus and Mars are in the natal chart, as well as to their opposite signs and signs that are in their 8th house. For Aryans, those born under Libra, Capricorn, Cancer, and Scorpio are sexy and appealing. Taurus, the erotic romantic. Taurus is ruled by Venus, the planet of love and beauty. Venus is also responsible for our emotional, aesthetic, and erotic pleasures, so Taurus is very connected to sexuality. Taurian motives are refined, and their perception of sex is a blend of erotic pleasures. They are desirable because of their romantic natures and attractive physical features. Taurians do not like to hurry, they like receiving pleasure. They do not like to be forced and are inclined to sex only when they want it. A Taurian's sensory pleasures should be triggered first, so beautiful scents and perfumes may arouse them. Likewise, a good red wine, a romantic setting, or romantic music may be sufficient to win a Taurian heart. If not, try dancing the tango to beautiful music. Taurians like to touch and be touched, and the neck is the erogenous zone for them. They desire the members of signs that have Venus and Mars in their natal chart, as well as their opposite signs. They also find the members of signs in their 8th house attractive. Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius, and Sagittarius are sexy and appealing for Taurus. Gemini, flirty and irresistible. Geminis are famous for their love of variety and craziness, but they are also so sympathetic and kind that everyone loves them. Geminis are curious, they want to experience every sexual possibility that interests them. They are curious about the blondes, and they're curious about the brunettes, so they should have plenty of relationships before getting married. The shoulders, hands, and arms are erogenous zones for them. They are also sensitive to people's voices. Speaking and communication are integral parts of their lives, so their partners should have good speech and a nice voice. Geminis are fond of clever love games. They become bored by the routine and look for new experiences. They are full of surprises in their sex lives, and they are active and energetic. They will do everything to please their partners. Signs where Venus and Mars are in the natal chart, and their opposite signs, are desirable to Geminis. They are also attracted to members of signs in their 8th house. For Gemini, Sagittarius, Virgo, Pisces, and Capricorn are sexy and appealing. Cancer, a romantic geisha or a lunatic. Cancerians are emotional and introverted, but they go beyond these qualities in time. They cannot live without love, and they are prone to sweet games where love is concerned. They know how to attract partners with these games. They are courageous and full of surprises when in love. Basically, they are born to love. They like romance, music, dance, and dining in elegant places. They prepare for sex as if preparing to take to the stage. Their creative fantasies are very rich. Cancerians enjoy being spoiled with support and romantic games. The neck and breast are their erogenous zones. They like to receive presents, especially small but meaningful ones. For example, A bunch of flowers on the dinner table often makes them happy. They like to enjoy sex with their bodies and souls without speaking, wandering in different realms while making love. Cancerians desire the signs with Venus and Mars in the natal chart, as well as their opposite signs. They also find the members of signs in their 8th house appealing. Capricorn, Libra, Aries, and Aquarius are all attractive to Cancer. Leo, dancing with fire. Fire and desire is a way of life for Leos. They want to burn both themselves and their lovers. Love and sex are games to them. They are impatient, yet they never want to hurry their roles, preferring to savor them. Leos can get up to all kinds of craziness for their lovers, and they enjoy love and sex fully. They are spontaneous, doing whatever they want to do. They are courageous and inviting. If their narcissistic side prevails, they like to make their partners suffer. So, before becoming attached to a Leo, you should first make sure that he or she is equally attached to you. They can fall in love with those who sometimes run away or who never compensate. They like to struggle for love and dislike picking up anyone easily. They never get excited in such an easy relationship. You should attract a Leo with your strength, willingness, and self-confidence. They are fond of sex, but they also want their partners to want it. The back is an important erogenous zone for a Leo. Leos enjoy surprises connected to sex. For example, a surprise ticket to a holiday resort or a private weekend in a luxury hotel is ideal for them because they love vacations. They also like fun and the arts. An enjoyable, romantic night out might win a Leo's heart. Signs where Venus and Mars are in the natal chart and their opposite signs are desirable to Leo. Members of signs in their 8th house are also of interest. For Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, and Pisces are the most appealing signs. Virgo, quick and appealing. Virgos are physically beautiful with fit bodies that they pride themselves on. The men of Virgo are often interested in bodybuilding and like to charm women with their bodies. They also like to be the heroes. On the other hand, they are clever and can attract women with their intellectual abilities. They care for their partner's happiness during sex, in which they are active and energetic. The women of Virgo also possess fit, attractive bodies with good physical strength. With the help of their intellects, they find many ways to make their partners happy. They want to satisfy them, so they make every effort to maintain that satisfaction. Although Virgo women appear introverted, they like to play games with their partners. Virgos are very keen on hygiene. They want their partners to be clean and smell beautiful. Their most important erogenous zones are the hands, belly, and pubic region. Signs with Venus and Mars in their natal chart, as well as their opposite signs, are of interest to Virgos. They also come across members of the sign in their 8th house. For Virgo, Gemini, Pisces, Sagittarius, and Aries are particularly attractive. Libra, elegant magnetism. Librans captivate the opposite sex with their elegant, charming, and spoiled style. The men and women of Libra are all beautiful with all their aesthetic manners. Whatever they do comes across as pleasant and seductive. Being ruled by Venus, Librans know how to provoke the opposite sex. Their partners should always compliment them with beautiful words, because they enjoy flattery. They like to be adored by their partners, and they make every effort to show off their abilities. Their charm and eroticism is enough to excite their partners. The waist is the most important erogenous zone for a Libran. A romantic and elegant dinner, dance, and beautiful surroundings can affect them. Librans most desire signs where Venus and Mars are in the natal chart, as well as their opposite signs. They also appreciate members of signs in their 8th house. For Libra, Aries, Cancer, Capricorn, and Taurus are sexy and appealing. Scorpio, the master of sex. The sex appeal of Scorpio is incredibly high. Whatever they do, it will smell of sex and provoke others. Sometimes they do this on purpose, but it is their nature, so they are always sexy even when it's not intended. Scorpios are fond of sex. They are always aware of their feelings and demands, and they dislike those who hide their needs. Their demands belong to human nature, so hiding or denying them would go against this. Mars, the secondary ruler of Scorpio, is the symbol of sex, while its primary ruler Pluto symbolizes pornography. They like real action, so it's little surprise the sexual organs are the primary erogenous zone. During sex, they are active and demanding, and they like to go beyond the limits, also knowing how to provoke their partners to join them. Scorpios are attracted to signs where Venus and Mars are in their natal chart and their opposite signs. They also find members of signs in their 8th house appealing. Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, and Gemini are sexy and appealing to Scorpio. Sagittarius, a charming fiddler. Sagittarians have a strangely different magnetism. They have free spirits and shapely bodies. They care little for what others think, but they know how to charm the opposite sex. They are like horses that are hard to catch, and the same applies to sex as well. They are free, quick, and reckless, and if they sense that they may be captured, they immediately run away. You will never own a Sagittarian, but you will learn how to be happy when you are with one. You will share sex and happiness, and this is just what a Sagittarian wants. The men and women of Sagittarius are as volatile as with the other fire signs. They are like well-trained horses that still refuse to give their freedom up. They are wild ladies and gentlemen. The legs and calves are the most important erogenous zone for Sagittarians. In sex, they want things that will feed their minds. They want to experiment with new things, and they are open to different fantasies because of their courage. They enjoy laughing, and in bed, they like to chat and play with their partners. Sagittarians desire signs where Venus and Mars are in the natal chart, as well as their opposite signs. They also come to find members of signs in their 8th house. For Sagittarius, it's Gemini, Pisces, Virgo, and Cancer that are sexy and appealing. Capricorn, a bossy charm. Capricorns are authoritative, ambitious, and courageous, and this belies their introverted appearance. They actively take the initiative. They prefer their partners to like them, because they have a hidden desire to be liked. This flatters their egos and pride. Sometimes they prefer to be chosen rather than to choose, but they still want to set the rules themselves. During sex, in which they are dynamic and active, they may abandon their seriousness and act crazily. They also show that they are always open to change. Capricorns have the allure of serious people. It's like the winter weather, you feel cold, but it also revives and invigorates you. The legs and knees are the important erogenous zone for Capricorns. When motivated by their partners, they may utter beautiful words. Capricorns desire signs with Venus and Mars in the natal chart, as well as their opposite signs. They also find members of signs in their 8th house. Cancer, Libra, Aries, and Leo are the most sexy and appealing to Capricorn. Aquarius, a high-voltage magnetism. Both the men and women of Aquarius have a high-voltage magnetism. Fond of love and sex, Aquarians are also open to changes and new experiences. Their sex lives may begin at a relatively early age, and they do not hesitate in breaking the rules, which they care little about when love and sex is involved. They are crazy, courageous, and demanding in sex. They like to experiment with different fantasies, and they like to excite their partners, driving them crazy. They value self-happiness, because being satisfied is very important to them. The feet are their most important erogenous zones. Aquarians most desire signs with Venus and Mars in the natal chart and their opposite signs. They also appreciate members of signs in their 8th house. Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, and Virgo are sexy and appealing to Aquarius. Pisces, romantic fantasy. Pisceans are real romantics. When they fall in love, they see nothing else. They want to be the charming prince or princess in their relationships. On the other hand, Pisceans love fantasies, because the 12th house is the natural house of Pisces. Because of their limitless imagination, they experience sex like a form of worship. They want to lose themselves within sex and wander in different realms. They can imagine many fantasies,